Yo, we in the place to be. And then B-boy said back in the 80s, we in the place to be. Yo, what
Yeah.
it do, I do? How you doing out there, Mark?
Man, I'm good. I'm trying to tell you, this hip hop uncensored got me hype right there. It's a lot to get into, man. So
Man,
I'm waiting to get to that, man.
I'm like drooling at the mouth, man. I want to get into that, man. For real. I know we got to serve the appetizers first, man.
Right, absolutely,
Get the
absolutely.
appetizers out the
Yeah,
way.
get that
Man.
shrimp cocktail out there. You know how, I'm saying? You out with your lady, she ordered a shrimp cocktail. Go ahead, get
Right.
that. You know what I mean?
Extra appetizers. Yo,
Right.
stacks bundles.
Yeah.
Yo, stacks out there.
That's what it do.
Yo, stacks were binging all weekend, man, on
Yeah,
Snowfall, man,
yeah,
and
yeah.
throwing some stuff in in our group chat, man. Like, yo, relax, man. I'm still trying to catch up with you, man. But yo, that show, I got to salute the Mark because that show is for real. It's sterile, man. So
Yeah,
after tonight, I'm gonna get back and start binging, man, so I can
yeah,
catch up because I don't want to miss the show tomorrow night because I know you guys are gonna dive into the first episode that played last week. So I
yeah, yeah,
got
yeah.
this out, but I don't want to get the spoilers neither, man. So I got to like do some real, real heavy watching. My
Yeah,
Wiz told me last night. She said, "Yo, they're gonna talk about Snowfall Tuesday." I said, "Yeah." She was like, "Yo, we got to catch up because we don't catch up. We will be able to watch the
there you
show
go.
tomorrow night."
There you go.
I got to get ready. What it do, Becca? How you doing out there?
All right.
Peace.
Straight up. Shoot, Mr. Shawn, get him in line, so y'all can catch up. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
got to get me right, man. Got to get me
Right.
right. So today is our anniversary. So it's gonna we're gonna have to end
Salute.
with
Salute to that. You know what I'm saying?
the 13 bullets, man. 13 bullets.
No doubt.
Yes, sir. So before I get into it, man, I want to do my quick unbox, man. Just pick up the joints, baby. They finally came in the mail. Got the
Please.
keys, the all gray. You know what I mean? You know what I do with the joint collection.
I
So
mean,
by next week, you're going to see another stack up there. So love that smell, man.
now what is that? A hint of orange and a red? What is that?
You got a little bit of orange and the red in the back right there.
Okay, all right, I got you.
So I got to figure out what I'm gonna wear with these. I might change the laces, man, and put some all gray laces if I can get it in there. Don't like that white, but I'm gonna get the all gray joints in there, man. So I love the cool gray colorways anyhow. So
Yeah.
these joints are
Hey,
going in the cash box. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
man. Cool gray, wolf gray. You can't go wrong with either one.
Can't go wrong, man, because you can wear so many things. And plus the spring is about to come in too, so I still got to wear a few of them gray sweats to go with them joints, man. So I'm gonna figure it out. I might have another stack up there by next week though, so get ready.
Got you. I feel you on that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yo, I got you, Becca. Tell your hubby hit me up if you want the shoes. I get y'all straight. Yo, so Mark, let's get into the shits, man, because I got it. I can't wait to get into that hip hop uncovered, man.
Right.
So let's serve these hors d'oeuvres first, man. The first one I want to get into. Let's talk about the All-Star game, man. I know last week you were a little salty about the list, and then you finally got your retribution when we had some time that copped out. So what are your thoughts on the All-Star game, man? Most of the rosters that's out there right now.
I'm gonna say like this. I think they got it right. I understand, KD. You know what I'm saying. He's not gonna play. You know what I'm saying, and I'm trying to think. For real, who else? For is missing the game as well. Is somebody else missing that? AD. Yeah, AD's missing the game.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that Devin Booker got in. I thought he deserved to be in originally, right?
Yeah.
No disrespect, to Paul George. I understand the Clippers are balling, but the Suns are balling too, man. And I just thought, I was like, man, I thought Devin Booker was a little bit better, for us so far in the season than Paul George. Even though Paul George is doing his thing,
right?
I gave it to Devin Booker over him. So I'm glad to see Devin Booker is in. It's the first time he's on a winning team because Phoenix ain't won nothing. You know what I'm saying? Hey up. Thank you, Chris Paul. Everybody on the Suns should thank Chris Paul for getting them, the win.
Absolutely. I think I know they're doing it this year again where KD is still going to be a captain for and LeBron is going to be the captain for the West. I don't know how I feel about that, man, because I feel like, nostalgia me is like, East versus West.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Facts, don't want to see AD on the basketball court for a few weeks. You shouldn't them into the playoff. You got to be careful about that. That's a dangerous game you're playing. So I agree with you on that. I think that this should get back to the East versus West, man. Both having these guys pick squads and everything. That was cute a couple of years in a row.
Yeah.
I think LeBron was the one that was pushing that because he got tired of losing to the West. So he wanted to try to get himself in a position to win the MVP. So I think this was something that he spearheaded. But now being at the West so loaded, I'm sure next year he may want to try to go back to East versus West so he can try to get another. He always got an angle, man.
You know LeBron, he's going to try to change it up. I mean, to switch it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just how LeBron rolls.
That's how he rolls, man. So I mean, I'll be honest, I'm not excited for the All-Star game. Not like, to me, it's changed a long time ago. I'm not excited for it. It is what it is. I don't think they should have KD picking if he's not playing. I think that's corny. You can give it to Giannis. Giannis could have done it. Hell, you can give it to Embiid. Right now, Embiid, in my opinion, is the leading candidate for MVP. Give it to somebody new. Give it to Embiid, man. So I think it should have been done. You should have done Embiid and Luka, in my opinion. Just kind of mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, kind of mix it up a little bit. Okay. I mean, I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, it's a lot of guys who really were really on the cusp of being an all-star. I'm just like, man, but you have so many slots. You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you, had to be at least maybe 30 guys that could have, had a case, to make this team. But you only could go, with the 10, that you get, or 12 you get, and that's it, man. But I'm just saying, man, salute to all those guys, man, because a lot of them are playing really well.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? Like I said, it's only a limited amount of spots, so we have to see, what happens with that. I'm not really big on the All-Star game this year, just like you. First thing, the game comes on late as hell. And when they switch that from network TV over to TNT, TNT starts the game at 9 o'clock. I'm knocked out by 10 because it's on Sunday.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm out by 10. So I'm barely getting through the first half. You know what I'm saying? So even if the second half is great, I don't even hear about it till the next day. Oh man, you missed the second half. I was asleep. And they're supposed to be doing and here's the thing that's crazy about this year. They're doing the dunk contest, the skills challenge. They doing all of that all in one day. And I'm like, man, I'm not feeling 5 hours.
Right.
You know what I mean? For sitting in front of the TV, falling asleep, waiting for the game to come on. They're doing this and that. And I don't know if they're doing halftime. I don't know how they're working it, but I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling this setup at all. And then it's limited fans. I'm not feeling it.
Right. I'm same here, man. I may not even watch it. I mean, I may watch the highlights, but man, All-Star game has been suffering for a couple of years now, man. It's a joke in my opinion. There's no stakes in it or whatever. So, power to anyone who wants to watch it, but I'm good, man. I'm good.
Right.
So let's say the NBA, man. Let's talk about this LeBron and its politics thing, man. You got another guy out there who came at LeBron sideways about the politics and sticking to sports. I know we hear it a lot, man. So what are your thoughts on that, man? I think this guy's a soccer player, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
His name.
I mean, but here's the thing. It's always, when they talk to LeBron, you stick to sports, right? But when somebody's telling them, whether it's somebody in politics, whether it's somebody, in another field, they never stick to their field, right?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, man, stick to sports. I'm like, well, when do you just stick to what you do?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Stop getting on LeBron and other people about having an opinion. I mean, what is he, just a basketball player? That's all, that's all he was born to do. He doesn't have an opinion on anything else. Everybody has an opinion on something. Stop telling him to stick to sports and things like that, man, because, first thing, and we all pretty much agree with this, off-court LeBron is the GOAT. I love off-court LeBron. I love a lot of things that he does, that he do or whatever, right? He has, a lot of youngins coming up, you know what I'm saying, with school and everything like that. He's a mentor, has a mentoring foundation too. I'm like, should he tell him just to stick to whatever?
I don't mean to cut you off, Mark. I just saw a comment, man. I think my homeboy from back in the days watching, man. I haven't heard that name. Earl Seymour. What's up, Earl? What's up, Winky? He called me Tech. Back in the day, I ain't gonna get into that,
Yeah,
man.
I'm
My
not here.
my nickname was Tech, man. Tech Nine. So let me relax on that. Yo, I haven't heard that in a long time. What's up, Winky? Yo, relax on and call me Tech. Yo, I haven't seen Winky in years, like 20 something years, man. He's like out of the blue. What's up, Tech? Yo, relax on that. I'm good now, man. I'm good. So, but yo, I'm sorry, Mark. I had to get that in.
No, I feel you, man.
On, man.
Yeah, I mean, shout out, boy. Shout out, definitely. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that's all I was saying, man. I mean, don't tell them to stick to nothing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has an opinion. If you have an opinion on whatever's going on, then you should be able to say your opinion.
Absolutely. Now, my thing, I'm kind of 50-50 on it, right? Because back in the day when you had some of our greats like Jim Brown, Muhammad Ali, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, those guys were like truly for the cause. Like they were actually riders and they were willing to lose everything that they had just for the cause. And I was watching a movie One Night in Miami, and I knew it was like based loosely on what a conversation will look like between those guys back then. You had Ali, you had at the height of his career, just won a championship, just won the belt. You had Malcolm X, you had Sam Cooke, and they had Jim Brown.
Okay.
And there was a scene on there where Jim Brown was visiting this older white man from where he's from. And he was, they were on a porch talking. And this is when Jim Brown had just got the Russian record and everything. And the guy was giving him props and everything. They were sitting down. He was giving him props on how great he was. It's great to have Jim Brown at my home, And when, he needed some help to lift a chair in his house. And as Jim Brown was about to walk inside the house, the guy was like, nah, you can't come in here. You know what I mean? Like, it was like, and Jim Brown had looked in his face like, wow, even me, Jim Brown, I can't go in this white man's house. You know what I mean? So I share that because back then, the calls were different because these guys were athletes and they were like, it was an event. Back then you watch an Ali Frazier fight or Ali anyone fight, it was an event. You had everybody out there. You had the mobster, you had the who's who of life that was going to these matches and going to these games. So the stakes were a little bit higher back then. I don't want to say higher. They were a little bit different back then than they are now. I think what LeBron is doing, I wouldn't call him the GOAT of, being a sports activist.
No, not of all eras. You know what I mean?
All eras. I think that the way these other guys were they were sacrificing their careers, their actual legacies just because of a cause that they were all for. I think LeBron, he's doing it, but I wonder if he will go over the edge to sacrifice his career if it came to that. Because you have a lot of other sports athletes out there that's really behind the scenes doing some great things. Jordan to be one. Jordan has done a lot behind the scenes, that no one knows about. He's been doing things for years that he didn't want to get out there into the open. Jalen Rose is another one who's been doing a lot of things behind the scenes. He actually started a charter school in Detroit. I believe it was in Detroit.
Yeah, Jalen Rose Leadership Academy. Yeah.
That was done, but he didn't want anyone to talk about that. He really wanted to keep that on a hush. So then you got LeBron is more vocal. He's out there. He wants the spotlight, of course. He want to get recognized for doing these things. But you have others that's also for the cause in a different way of handling it. But to your point, I don't think no one should tell him to stop being what he is. I think he has a platform. He's the most recognizable sports figure right now in this era. So he has to use what he has. And, you can't hurt him. You can't hate him for that. You know what I mean?
No, not at all. Not at all, man.
Yeah, I salute you too, my brother. Yo, it's been a long time, man. We need to connect. That's my homie Earl, man. I can't believe he called me Tech, but I'm tripping on that, man. My way to see that, she gonna be like, yo, he called you Tech. So I bring back some old memories, man. But yeah, Mark, I think that LeBron, I feel that a lot of these guys, like for me, I move behind the scenes on a lot of things. Like there's a lot that I may not broadcast what I do or what I've done for people. You know what I mean? That's just who I am. And if you look at some of these other athletes out there that has done some tremendous work behind the scenes, tremendous work, but they don't get the recognition or they're not in the spotlight like a LeBron, I think it's a different way. I mean, you can lead a cause from different places. I heard me and my homeboy was talking earlier today. He said, he was talking to an older guy, and they were saying during the march, back in the civil rights era, you had those who were front line. They were out there really marching, but you had also those who were fixing bags of lunches and getting water to those who were on the front line.
Right.
Does that make their role lesser? You know what I mean? Does that make their role lesser than those who are out there on the front line? Because they're still playing their part. They may not want to be on the front line. They may not have the voice to be on the front line, but they're still moving towards the cause. You know what I mean? So to Stack's point, some people are genuine. They don't want you to know that they're out there doing things. You know what I mean? Not saying I'm not capping on LeBron at all, but I'm just saying sometimes the one who's showing the loudest voice, maybe saying the least amount of things, man, and has the smallest voice. So you got to be careful about that as well. Because too many people are coming at him about this. Too many people come at him about this. So there's something else going on with that, in my opinion.
Okay, I got you.
Yes, sir. So what you want to do, man? We'll go to that Russell Wilson topic.
Yeah. We got to go here, and I'm gonna tell you why. Russell Wilson, I think, is put himself in the position where I don't even know if he'll be welcome back. You know what I mean? For real, to the Seahawks. Yeah. I'm like, he threw his offensive line under the bus.
He did.
So, when you say I need more protection, I need more blocking. These guys really aren't getting it done. I mean, I'm paraphrasing. I know he didn't put it in those words, but I'm like, everybody can read between the lines. If you say, I'm getting killed out here or whatever, you throwing your line under the bus. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm just like, you got to ask yourself, your offensive lineman for the Seahawks, do you even want to block for this guy? This guy basically just called you trash. Like,
trash.
You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to Russ, but I mean, basically, that's really what you said. You just said it in a kind way. You know what I'm saying? So to me, that's just not cool at all. And I know some of the players on that organization, if not a lot of them, you know what I'm saying, might feel some type of way about that. Like, if he threw the line under the bus, well, who's next? Oh, man, these guys, they're not catching. I'm throwing the ball right. They ain't catching it. You know what I'm saying? Who's next? You know what I'm saying?
Who's next? Right. And here's the thing with Russ. You made a valid point. When you throw your team out there like that, they do something. Like, we know that.
Yeah.
But what's understood should be said, right? Can you say that? You know what I mean? If you're the quarterback, you're the leader of that team, do you go out there and say, like, I'm tired of getting killed out here? That's a direct reflection to your offensive line, directly hit to your offensive line. Yeah. And those guys out there, they may not be as skilled as you would like for them to be, but they're still professionals. You know what I mean? And when you're a QB, you go out there on that limb, you made a comment that big, especially during this time where, everything gets blown out of proportion. He may not have even meant that. He probably meant the fact that, look, our schemes are not allowing our offensive linemen to block the right way. You know what I mean? You don't know that because you can talk about the O-line coordinator. You get you a great O-line coordinator, they can make some magic happen with a mediocre line. You know what I'm saying? So he probably meant that, but we don't know because he's talking through his agent. His agent is trying to corroborate things with other agents to make it seem as if Russell is just that disgruntled, so he can kind of pigeonhole Seattle to make a move. You know what I mean? And now you look at the NFC West. The NFC West is loaded with pass rushes. You know what I mean? Every team that he's going up against, the 49ers are going to be hella strong up front next year. Now you got the Cardinals just add J.J. Watt. Right. You know what I mean? You got that monster in L.A. So it's not going to get easy for him. You know what I mean? And now your O-line looking at you sideways like, yo, you kind of put us out there. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, like, do we really want to block for you now at this point? So you got to be careful when you throw that stuff out there, man, because it could come back and hit him. I'm tired of hearing about it, I'm tired of hearing about the Russell Wilson thing because, his agent is saying that there's 4 teams that he want to go to, that he'll be open and going to. 4 of those teams, you got 2 of them that has pretty solid, quarterbacks, Dallas being one of them. That's disrespect to, the organizations within itself. And again, no agents, they got to kind of pump everything up to make things bigger than what they really are. But again, you got to be really careful how you do that.
Yeah, and here's the thing, with him coming at the line, and I'm not saying that it's not true or anything, you know what I'm saying, but what I'm saying is, even the team you're going, like, even if he does get traded, he's going to a new team. I'm like, yo, that gotta be in the back of your mind, like, yo, this
Absolutely.
boy threw the line under the bus. When
Right.
you know what I'm saying, like, yo, if it's a game where he takes, you know what I mean, for real, a couple sacks, a few sacks or whatever, even if it really ain't our fault, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Kind of commentary to happen again. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know we ain't friends and we ain't supposed to be like, all, like that, but I
Right.
mean, at least respect me as a professional, you know what I'm saying? And I don't think that was done.
And I think that's the biggest thing. I don't look at it. I saw the comment. I don't think it's a black and white thing. I think it's more of, you're the quarterback. You have to be the leader of there's expectations as a quarterback.
Right.
And they will fabricate information just to turn your team against you and you against your team, period. So you gotta be careful what you put out there, especially at that quarterback level, because they get every sound bite. They may have taken a fragment of what he said and made it bigger than what it really was. And because they're looking for friction, right? You're looking for friction.
Mm-hmm.
There's some quarterbacks that can possibly get away with that, and they say, "Oh, he just like Tom Brady is one." Peyton Manning was one. But Russell Wilson also has been beloved for a very long time, and Russell Wilson hasn't done much, in a big scheme of things since the Super Bowl, since he, lost the Super Bowl.
Right.
So there's a lot of ownership that he has to take as a QB, that he has to be careful about when he bringing these things to the media, because again, they're going to take it, they're going to blow it up, and they're going to make a story out of it, like they have done so for the last couple of weeks now. So as a quarterback, you got to be accountable to yourself and to your team. You got to be careful about that. That's all.
And let me add one last thing. I'm like, this is the media in Seattle. I'm like, if he goes to a Dallas or Chicago or New York, I'm like, yo, you're gonna be front page news every day. Like, it's a different animal when you play in markets like that. When you're in Seattle's kind of a safe haven, stuff filters to the rest of us, a little bit, but it's not like playing in a major market, because anything you say or do, it's going to get questioned.
But question, absolutely, absolutely. So, yo, Marc, we at that time, man. We at the intermission. I'm still waiting to get back into this hip hop cover, man.
Oh, absolutely. You know that.
Fast Five real quick, man.
Right.
So we got our Fast Five segment. We're going to just rattle off. We got a few things we want to touch on real quick. First one, Schmurda. Schmurda is back.
Man, let me tell you, I'm trying to tell you, I was so happy, when he got released. He is the face of New York drill. You know what I'm saying? He is the face. I understand. So, when he got locked up, some other guys, for took it on or whatever. But he is the face. He's home. Rowdy Rebel, his mans came home, for a little bit before him. I'm saying? I know they're gonna be in the studio working, man. And I'm saying, a lot of people are anticipating what he's going to do. He has a lot of people, who want to work with him. You talking about the Migos, you talking about Cardi B. You talking about, some of these other, young stars coming up, and they all, want to work with this guy, man. So I'm just like, I just want to see him, for real, kind of get back, do his thing, and just make some music, for real, so people can vibe to.
Absolutely. Somebody said, he threw his hat up in the air and it come back like Thor hammer.
Yeah.
Now he's back. So yeah, I'm just want to see what what the kid can do. He's out the game for 7 years, man.
Yeah.
Game has changed completely since he went to jail. So now he's back. Got a lot of guys who want to work with him. To your point, he started that New York drill music before he went, into the Bing. So he's coming back now. So let's see what happens, man. You got to follow this thing up the right way. So let's see what he can do. So I'm excited to see Schmurda back, man.
Absolutely.
So Tiger's accident, man. Good thing, he's good. He's healing. Was it a leg injury? From what they're saying, he can definitely come back full throttle. Tiger has taken some hits, man. He's been, he's taking some hits. This is another chapter in the Tiger story, man. So hopefully he can come back strong, man.
Yeah, and I'm glad that they put the story out there. He wasn't under any type of intoxication or any pills or anything like that. This was an accident. I'm like, and I try to tell people, every city has a hard road to drive on, and if you're driving at regular speed or even faster, I'm saying, you don't have to have nothing in your system. and you can have an accident. Up here in Philly is Lincoln Drive. Lincoln Drive, if you're going whatever the speed limit is on Lincoln Drive, guess what? You can crash. Yeah, I'm saying this old school R&B singer, Teddy Pendergrass. I know people have heard the story, for the people who have not, you know what I'm saying? He crashed on Lincoln Drive, you know what I mean, with Dr. J's wife. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, we don't know how true the whole story is, but that's what I heard. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, man, you know, it's a tough road to drive on. This road that Tiger was on is a tough road to drive on. You know what I'm saying?
You'll back up real quick. So that the rest in peace, Teddy P, man. But
Yeah,
you know, that story was wild because Teddy had a Now I ain't gonna get into that, man. We talk about it on the Patreon.
So, yeah, I mean, too, man. R.I.P. the legend. That's it.
R.I.P. Man, we'll talk about the Teddy P story on Patreon. Man. We didn't want to get into that, man.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah, yo. Hopefully Tiger can get better, man. We want to see that guy come back and win a few more Masters and you know, be the undisputed golf champ, man. Period. So hope he get a speedy recovery, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Jimmy B. My wife said, who wife? Dr. J wife. We'll talk about that on tonight. Don't worry about it. Marc got us. Yo, so Jimmy B did some real stuff, man. He turned down the All-Star game, man, because his band wasn't playing. So what do you think about that?
This guy is wired very different. You know, he just is. Some guys are why I met him back, you know, when he was like a rookie, second-year player. This is when my cousin Mike was playing for the Bulls in his last years. And even then, he's just wired a little different, you know, than everybody else. So I'm not really surprised, you know, to hear this. But anybody, you know, and people, you know, kind of bashed him on the way out of Philly, you know, saying like, you know, he wasn't a good teammate and all of this. No, he didn't like the coach, and neither did I. That's why we got a new coach. You know what I'm saying? But I think Jimmy, you know, is a team guy. He's a team player. And I'm like, if this is the way he feels, like, look, Bam ain't all-star, so you know what, take my name out the mix. You know what, I'm with him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's crazy to do because I'm like, this never happens. And the fact that he did it, you know, for standing up for your teammates, salute to you, brother.
Yeah, I mean, I can echo what you said, man. He's wired different, man. I'm gonna leave it like that. Dude, he's different. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. But he spoke on it very eloquently. Yo, so the Superman reboot, man.
Oh, goodness, you know what I'm saying? Hey, all right, I'm gonna get this out the way because I'm gonna go to you because I'm like, yo, I know you get into these superhero things. I'm just DC. I mean, is Superman reboot? What is this, Superman 15 now? I mean, man, they can't get something going. They can't get the villains right. They don't follow the comic book. It's just trash on top of trash on top of trash. And then somebody lit a match and burned the trash. Like, I'm like, DC needs help. You know what I'm saying? Somebody just put some ideas in the group to help DC because they're terrible in terms of what I think.
They don't listen. That's the thing. Warner Brothers, they don't listen to the fans. Marvel listen to their fans. Marvel take pulse on their fans. They typically cast based on fandom. When fans put these memes out or they put together like what someone would look like in character, they take that feedback and they go with it, right? WB and DC, they're all over the place. Like, why would you reboot Superman at this point, right? It just, now they're saying they want to get a black Superman. I dig it, I get it. But come on, man. Like, how many times, it's not going to do well. You can't get the original Superman right, in my opinion. The writers are off. You know, Superman is probably the most recognizable superhero in any comics, right? And you got all of it wrong. You got, I mean, I enjoy Man of Steel. I kind of enjoy Batman versus Superman. I like Henry Cavill playing Superman. I'm not gonna lie.
I agree with that.
He looks the part for the Superman, right? I know they had Brandon Routh at one time playing Superman. Superman Returns. That was decent, but this new Superman look that they have, the current one they have now, to me is a good one. Leave it alone. Let him keep riding out for it. You know, he's actually, what I've read, they said that he actually reached out to Marvel. And Marvel, so he may end up going over to Marvel and play Captain Britain or something like that over in Marvel. Marvel found some good work for him. But to Tina's point, I mean, between Superman and Batman because they got a new Batman coming out. They got the dude from what's the name of that movie? The vampire movie. I forgot the name of that movie. The vampire movie. They don't like explode in the daylight. It's like they turn to sparkles and shit, like crystals and shit. Twilight. I think that's the name of Twilight.
Yeah.
You got the dude from
Twilight. They reaching back from that. Oh yeah. Wow.
Like you get the dude from Twilight. To play Batman. So I mean, come on, DC. Let's get up out that, man. Yeah, come on, DC. Yeah. So you got. I'm gonna flip the KD and Cash Doll over.
Oh goodness, man. If it's anybody that you want to stay off of Twitter, it's Kevin Durant, right?
Yes.
I'm just like, I don't, I mean, now he's tweeting from his account. For a long time he had the burner account, just talking about everybody, and then people found out it was him, and I'm just like, yo, just leave Twitter alone, man. Some people just aren't good at things, so you got to leave it alone. I mean, seriously, you got to leave it alone. He's just not good at Twitter. He's not good at it. He always puts his foot in his mouth. Then he's like, oh yeah, don't call yourself KD. Your name Cash Doll. I'm just, what? I'm like, were you the first KD in existence? No, you were not. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, yo, this guy just has too much time on his hands.
Way too much.
I mean, this is a guy who needs to play all the games straight. Like, no injuries. Right. Look, you got 82 games in a row, no days off, and then maybe he can leave Twitter alone. Right. Just leave Twitter alone. No more Twitter for you. Right. How about that?
Yeah, I don't want to speak on it, man. You hit it again eloquently, so no need for me to beat a dead horse. Yeah. KD, to me, best player in the NBA right now. Has been the past couple of years. Yeah. Leave the stuff alone, man. This extra stuff is unnecessary.
Best player in the NBA, worst player on Twitter. How about that?
Worst player on Twitter. Eesh. So that's our fast five mark. So we're about to get close to the main event, man. But we gotta serve up one more course.
Okay.
And that's D'Angelo versus.
Oh boy.
So any ladies out there watching, I want to apologize in advance. Because D'Angelo could have stayed his ass home for that shit. But when he came out there, I was watching Snowfall, by the way, while this was going on. And I was kind of going back and forth because I saw Becca. Becca was I posted on Facebook a lot because she was like, yo, we still there. And Becca was mad because dude was like 2 hours late. So she was already fuming. Yo, he was wearing a damn bear outfit. He was when he came out there with that whatever he had on, my wheels were like, yo, you see what he's wearing? I'm like, I don't know what he has on. The first thing that came to my mind, I was thinking about the Sesame Street characters. Remember Grimace and all of those puppets? I'm like, they took 1,000 puppets, man, and just put them together and made that coat. I was
man.
And it had looked so hot, man. And he had the nerve to call it D'Angelo and Friends. So what are your thoughts, man? I know you didn't get a chance to really watch it from beginning to end. You caught some peaks and moments of it.
I'm gonna say like this, I went back, for it and got to watch some of it or whatever.
Yeah.
DJ Scratch was killing it in the beginning. Shout to DJ Scratch.
Killing it.
You know what I'm saying? He was killing it. He had the vibe going and everything like that. So people, was like, oh man, cool. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, I'm like, yo, this ain't bad, right?
Yeah.
And then he gets in there, and here's the thing. The reason why D'Angelo and Friends, because it was supposed to be D'Angelo and Maxwell.
Right. Becca still.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Wait a minute. Go ahead. Wait a minute.
That's it.
You're right. You're right, Becca. You're right.
Becca's still pissed. Yeah.
Yeah, man. But it was supposed to be D'Angelo Maxwell. That fell through. Don't know why it fell through. You know what I'm saying? But it did. And then it's D'Angelo and Friends. I'm just like, and it was such a lackluster performance. It
was, man. If you're gonna have the stage on your own, you got to give us something. You know what I mean? Yeah. The songs he played. Again, I'm not a huge D'Angelo fan. I think D'Angelo is very talented. I think he's a very dope artist, but I don't think he's worthy enough to hold the stage on his own. Again, I don't know how serious the whole Maxwell versus D'Angelo would have been, to be quite honest with you. I think Maxwell would have smoked him regardless. I don't think D'Angelo would have stayed with Maxwell. I know you and I talk behind the scenes. I know Becca's triggered right now. She's like on the edge right now.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, definitely. We took Becca to a dark place. We're sorry, Becca. Yeah, I mean, we're sorry to do that. We're sorry.
I think that Maxwell probably one of those guys where he looked like, yeah, D'Angelo not my speed. I need someone stronger than that. Like, give me somebody, other than D'Angelo. And I don't think that was a disrespect to D'Angelo. It's just that Maxwell he got some bangers that D'Angelo got to deal with. You can only play How Does It Feel one time, right? I mean, you can play Brown Sugar one time. You might be able to go into the remix, but it's
And
not.
he would need the lady remix, and you have to play AZ's verse. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, facts,
You would have to do that. Yeah.
facts. Maxwell would have smoked him, man. It's not too many dudes in that genre can deal with Maxwell. So I can see Maxwell probably, backing out at the last minute, saying, you know what, this might not be my speed. I just don't think D'Angelo deserves. But again, this is not shitting on D'Angelo at all. I just don't think that he's worthy enough for a stage on his own. In my opinion, you get that stage to Casey Haley from from Casey and Georgia from Jodeci. Let Casey rock it out. You're going to get a show. It's going to be entertaining. You may have some alcoholic beverages, laying around somewhere. You got some rock all over the place. You may have some other festivities inside the room to get Casey to that level. But you get Casey on that stage by himself, man. You get a babyface by himself. You get guys of that cloth by themselves. Not at the end. Because he brought out Red and Meth.
Yeah.
I think for like one song, right?
Right.
Then he brought out Her. Who else did he bring out?
Oh man, I mean Becca. Did he bring out anybody else?
Becca, did he bring anybody else out? Because I don't remember him bringing out anybody.
Yeah, I don't either.
Only Bread and Meth and Her.
Yeah. And one thing I'll say, I mean, for these solo performances, right? We had The Weeknd at Super Bowl, and we already know how we felt about that. Then D'Angelo, you know what I'm saying? By himself. Let me tell you, if you're an artist and you can't really get it lit by yourself, you don't have to bring other people in. And not that D'Angelo didn't, but I think he should have brought everybody in he had a record with. You know what I'm saying? To get that thing popping. It just was lackluster. His energy was lackluster, and that's it.
You're saying D'Angelo and friends, right?
Yeah. You expect to see friends, more than 3 friends.
You expect to get some surprise guests. Even if you didn't collaborate them, you expect to get someone to come out there and rock it out. You know what I mean? And then when his hat fell off, my ears were like, "What's on his head?" He had like a stocking. Yo, I don't want to do this, man. I don't want to do that. Let me fall back a little bit.
Yeah, it was sad. Yeah.
D'Angelo was crazy out there, man. Ingrid, Raphael.
Raphael Sadiq, yeah.
He's not going to come out there with D'Angelo. Raphael, different level. He deserves to play by himself. If you listen to Raphael these interviews, he speaks of someone who may look at D'Angelo as a little guy. Like, that's my little guy. I don't want to rock with him. I don't want to versus him. He's not worthy of my catalog. My catalog deserves more. So, and I think that's what happened. Honestly, again, I don't want to shit on D'Angelo because I think D'Angelo is a dope artist, a very talented brother. But I just don't think no one really wanted to like battle him because they probably look at him in that same light. Maybe Bilal. Bilal could have gone at him. I mean, honestly, Mark. Word around town is that Stacks can sing. Stacks probably could have go. Let me stop. Yo, Becca, Ryan Leslie would have got D'Angelo. Yo, don't sleep on Ryan Leslie like he didn't have some hits back in the early 2000s. Ryan Leslie would have gotten him.
Ah, boy. You know what I'm saying? I hear you.
And he did look hot. He had looked very uncomfortable. He took his coat off for a little while. I wonder if he had I think he had some feelings about his body type. I don't know because you can't do How Does It Feel video and then look like the D'Angelo today. You know what I mean? So he probably felt some way, and I think that's why he kept that coat on because he took the coat off for a little while, and you kind of like, yeah, you probably want to put that coat back on, buddy. And he put it back on. He put it back on. She said she had anxiety. It'd be crazy. It could get hot anyhow. Like it'd be cold in the house, and she like, "Oh, I'm hot." Like, no, it's not. Yo, so
goodness, you know what I'm saying? Oh my goodness,
yo,
y'all killing this boy.
He was wearing that coat like a teenager, man. When they don't want to tell their parents they're pregnant, like yo. D'Angelo, like real talk, man. If this ever were to hit someone that knows him or hit this wire, this is
Yeah,
all fun and games. We just joking around. But yeah, please don't ever do that again.
yeah.
Um, but
I mean,
Raphael Sadiq Mark is in a whole different league. I don't think he would have even
yeah.
joined that.
But speaking of verses though, yeah, I mean they announced the next one. It's
Yeah,
gonna be Ghostface versus Raekwon, but I don't think this is going to be a versus. This is going to be a celebration of music.
yeah,
That's what I think. I think it's going to be a celebration of music because I mean, when do you hear Raekwon without hearing Ghostface? When do you hear
right.
Ghostface without hearing Raekwon?
I
You know
agree.
what I'm saying? You know, so that's how I look at it. I'm just like, I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be, you're going to be rocking with every song.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, if you love Wu, you went through every artist. I mean, that's Ray, Ghost,
yeah.
what I mean, Meth, ODB, you know what I'm saying? What I'm saying, Jizza, RZA. I mean, you went
Is
through
a
all of them, you know what
yep,
I'm saying? So you rock with all of them. So
yep.
I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. I mean, I know we're trying to set something up where we get in there, everybody, the whole, what I mean, for real, God's family, what I mean, everybody coming along for that ride, and we just gonna rock out, man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it actually got confirmed on Complex today. So
Did
I'm just
it
like,
did.
we got to see what's going on with that, man. You
It's
know what I mean?
definitely
It's gonna be fun.
it is definitely confirmed so far. I got mixed feelings about it, man, because y'all know Wu is my first love. Like Wu was like to me, you could not tell me that I wasn't a member of Wu back in the day. Like you could not tell me everything I was rocking was like really just to show that I'm part of Wu. Like if I could yell
Wallabies,
Azad,
wallabies.
yo man, all of these more yellow Azad shirts. Man, I had the chuckers. I had the Timberland chuckers. You know what I mean? Like the leather joint, the all leather joints, man. Right,
Right.
with the yellow Azad, collar lifted up, wearing goggles at school. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
Like just like Capadonna, had like a little baseball bat, little mini baseball bat, Yankee baseball bat. So you could not tell that was a part of Wu,
man,
man.
I'm gonna tell you, Wu was so influential. When they dropped Wu Wear, we ran to New York. Like we went to New York quick. Like my man in New York called me. I mean, my cousin called me. Yo, man, they got the Wu Wear up here. Yo, we on our way. Y'all me flying up
Yes.
95 to go
Yeah.
get Wu
Yeah.
Wear. You know what I'm saying? So I'm
Not
just
realizing you would get robbed in Staten Island if you're not careful or park your
yeah, definitely that. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Tell me, she could tell you I was a member of nobody can not tell me I was a member of Wu. Like I started talking Wu slang. I had like the gold fangs. You could not tell me I wasn't a member of Wu, man. But I'm weird with it definitely the gummy. Oh my goodness. I still got a pick. Yo, Becca, I still got a pair of wallabies in the closet right now. Um I actually
For the
like
culture, man.
I came that close to buying them. I saw a pair of wallabies online a couple of months ago, like the blue and cream, and I came that close to buying them joints, man. They were like $300. I came that close to buying them, man. Like, nah, I can't do it. I'm not gonna place to wear them. So, but I got mixed feelings about it, man, because Ghostface is in my personal top 3 of all time.
Right.
I'm a huge Ghostface fan. I think Ghost was the most consistent member out of Wu, even over Meth. I think that Ghost dropped the best albums out of Wu. I think that Ghost had some of the best production after that first wave of Wu. Because you remember, man, that second wave of Wu wasn't as potent as the first wave because RZA had already completed his plan. His plan was to
Get everybody
oversee
out there, right?
in that first wave before Wu-Tang Forever. After Wu-Tang Forever, it was more like, okay, you guys, y'all good now. Go off and get into your bag that you want to get into. And I didn't really work with Ray Bag that much because Ray dropped Immobilarity as his second album, and it wasn't a good follow-up to Olin Different Cuban Links. But Ghost dropped Supreme Clientele, which
Yeah.
was a follow-up to Iron
Crazy.
Man. And Supreme Clientele is
Crazy.
a classic. You know what I mean? So Ghost dropped at least about 3 to 4 classics, man, back to back. And he was burning it, man. So if it was a head-to-head true versus, Ghost will eclipse Ray all day long. So they're gonna have to make this more of a celebration. I'm telling you backstage, I would love to see RZA be the producer for
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
and let RZA pick the songs out. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
let members just pop up out of the blue and just rock with them. That's a treat that we need. If you're gonna do a versus with Ray and Ghost, you gotta do it the right way. It gotta be set up good for us because we deserve that. You know what I mean? We deserve that.
The thing is, though, I mean, we remember the RZA Primo battle, and when RZA started getting into his bag, oh my God, yo, RZA was just on fire, like about for like 11 straight. So you want RZA to be at this battle. You want him to be there.
Mark, I'm telling you, if they do verbal intercourse and Nas come out of nowhere,
oh my goodness,
I'm done. I'm done. Yeah. Y'all might as well just go ahead and like, yo, Shawn was a good dude. Yo, I'm a faint. Like, yo, if he really, yo, relax. What you doing? Man, talk about that Wu-Tang chain. Chill out, yo. Yo, my wheel's tripping, man. It's our anniversary, man. Stop tripping out there. You know? Old stuff, man. Yo, relax. But yo, if Nas come out there for verbal intercourse, I'm out. Yeah, I'm done. Yo, so RZA gotta do it. You gotta, if I'm talking to Tim and Swizz, I'm saying please let RZA be the DJ for this. Let RZA tell stories in between. Let RZA talk about how these guys came together, because I think we need that. I think we deserve that.
We deserve. I'm gonna tell you, we want the stories, man.
We appreciate that.
Yeah, we want the stories. We want the stories with everything. I mean, is going on. We want them stories.
They gotta be stacks, man. Yo, but
yeah,
so I'm ready for. I can't wait. I think we need it. We're gonna go live, but if y'all see me faint on live, if that happens, then so be it. Judge me now. You know. So again, we'll keep y'all posted on that. Hopefully, it happens, and hopefully we can get a good battle. Not really a battle. Hopefully, we get a good celebration. Of two of the dopest MCs coming together to do a versus for us. I think we need it. We deserve it, and I think it's warranted.
Yeah, right? Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. He has to do Child's Play. We can sit here and have a whole podcast on Ghost.
Yeah. We definitely can. We definitely can.
Easily.
You know, all right.
Yo, I'm high power. Put Adina Howard to sleep. Your pardon. That bitch was on my mind all week. Yo, that dude's crazy, man. So Marc, we're now at our man. We're at the actual main course.
Yes.
Main course, man.
Absolutely.
Hip Hop Uncovered.
Yeah.
Hip Hop Uncovered, man. Yo. I got to see these comments first, man, before we get into that, man, because I think this is Stacks. Yo, Stacks is stupid, man.
Whoa. What the hell is that? You see that?
What was that? What did it say?
I don't know. You know what I mean? Some message from Blackjack. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really.
I think that was Facebook.
Okay. You know what I'm saying?
The Stacks, if you behind the scenes, can you take a look at that?
Take a look at that. We're gonna just keep going, rolling.
I said the Ghostface verse, maybe got a flag. Yo, my bad. But yo, man, Hip Hop Uncovered, man. Hip Hop Uncovered. The last 2 episodes, and then you and I had a chance to watch the Drink Champs joint today as well. Yeah. Man, I'm gonna flip it to you first, man. What are your thoughts on the last 2 episodes?
I'm gonna say like this. I've been enjoying this series, and I've been enjoying this series because I was like the only stories, Yummy, that I didn't hear as much of, right, was Deb Anthony, for who ended up being, pretty much my favorite. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Marc, I didn't cut you off, but I want to tee it up while you get into that. For those of you who are watching right now, we're talking about Hip Hop Uncovered. It had 6 episodes that were played the last 3 weeks. They played 2 episodes per week. This is pretty much talking about really the main characters in this, or not characters, but the main people in this. You have Big U from the West Coast, Big Town Crip, very respected in the streets. You had Trick from Detroit, representing Detroit, No Fly Zone. You also had Bimmy, who was Deb. Those who know Waka Flocka, Mom Deb, you probably seen her from Love and Hip Hop. But her brother Bimmy and herself on here as well. Haitian Jack. You know anything about hip hop? You know Haitian Jack. He's
Yeah.
Connected to the Tupac situation. And I think that was the only ones, right? That was it.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, that was it.
So that's what we're talking about right now. So I'm sorry, Mark. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, man. So I just enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because I got to talk to all the homies from everywhere. You know what I'm saying? You know, like man, I got to reach out to homies from Detroit. I got to reach out to homies from LA, Atlanta, you know what I mean, New York, you know what I'm saying? Um, I got to reach out to all of them, you know what I'm saying, and just get their take on it, you know what I'm saying? And you
Yeah.
know, talking about Big U, man, and Big U, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, you know, legendary, you know what I'm saying? You know, just, you know what I mean? You know, how he came up, but then how he kind of used, you know what I mean, for a positive to spin everything around. He's the one, you know what I mean, to put all of this together. You know, he was saying this was 4 years in the making, trying to get this all together. And I'm like, man, it went off, you know, it was a blast. I loved it. I
Mm.
loved it. You know what I'm saying? Just with the story. So I'm gonna go I'm gonna go, you know what I mean, for you know, and we're gonna jump around with this. So, you know, please forgive me. We're not really going in chronological order, right?
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you one thing, you know, that I appreciated, right? Was Haitian Jack, right?
Hmm.
And this was the last I think the yummy for the last couple episodes, and this was about the Tupac situation. You know what I'm saying? Like after the Tupac situation, it was more like, you know, it was more like you know, he was like mad, you know, because you know, you got trolls and they're talking shit and everything like that. And you know, Big U and Bimmy is just like, yo, listen, you know, because he was like, yo, if I shut a few of these trolls down, man, you know what I'm saying, they're gonna back up. And they were just like, nah, man, it don't really work like that. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna keep
Right.
talking. They might not, they don't even have the facts correct or nothing like that. And you could tell this still bothers Haitian Jack, you know what I mean, to a degree. And I'm like, man, you know, I'm like being as somebody who went through this myself, you know what I'm saying? Where
Right.
you had a troll, but pretty much a nobody talking shit. And you know, you want to do something about it, you know what I'm saying? I mean, for me, it happened like about like 15 years ago. And one of my OGs stepped in and just like, yo, why is you worried about some peon? You know what I'm saying? That got a
Right.
you know what I mean? For that's talking a little greasy about you. You know what I mean? They nobody. They ain't never been nobody in this hood. We ain't never heard of them. So he was
Right.
just like, man, look at it like this, right? He's like, if you courtside, right? Or do you even hear the person in level 9,000 all the way at the top of the stadium? You know what I mean? We
Right.
don't hear you, dog. So you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, why even get into that? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And
Right.
I'm just like, man, here's the thing. People going to take shots at you all the time. You know what I mean? Just about who you are, your character, or whatever. You got to egg that, you know what I mean, to keep living your life, man. Because I'm like, man, when you living good, you know what I'm saying? You don't got time, you know what I mean, for some peon, corny ass, you know what I mean? Nobody. You don't got time for it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I ain't even going to engage you that way, you know what I mean? Because, you know what I mean, you weak. You know what I mean? You
Right.
weak, boy. You know what I mean? For like what Big say on the record, you soft, boy, you soft. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Eat a
Yeah.
dick. That's exactly how I'm
Right.
looking at people. And when people try to tell you, even think to talk sideways to me, you know, I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you with a rainbow wig and a 6'9" painting on your face. That's
Yo.
exactly how I look at you, boy. You know what I mean? So man, keep talking shit, cause that's how I'm gonna look at you from now on.
Absolutely. I mean, Haitian Jack, even when Nori was talking to him today, Nori mentioned it as well. Nori was like, yo, it's like you still got some heat,
Yeah,
with that whole thing in Pac. And like he said, the statute of limitations are over now. He said, if I really, really wanted to get at homeboy, like, I would have spoken on it already. Like if I
right,
really did the
right,
thing that he say I did, I would have spoken on it because statute of limitations are up. And when he said that, it makes sense. I think he's more hurt that he got blamed for something that he had nothing to do with.
right.
And, in his words, Pot knew he had nothing to do with it. But they tried to throw him out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So him being a real dude from the streets, like there's a code that was broken that you can't go back to. So I don't think that he may have forgave so far or whatever, but I don't think he's forgotten. And I don't think he would never forget. So that's what this is the first time you hear him talk about this stuff now.
yeah, 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 yeah,
If you think about it, they made a lot of movies, a lot of documentaries,
yeah,
etc., about Haitian Jack. And even if you go back and listen to it was on, I can't remember what album was on with Pac. I think it was the last, was it All Eyes on Me? No, I'm sorry. I can't remember what it was, but it was one of the albums
Oh,
where
you talking about that Machiavelli? I think
was
that's I think that's I think that was on the Machiavelli joint. I don't know if it was on All Eyes on Me joint. I think it was on the Machiavelli.
it was one of them, and
One of them.
he was talking Greek. That was like one of the first songs
Yeah.
where rapper was like name dropping, some street stuff.
And no paperwork.
And no paper, right.
No nothing. You know what I mean? Just
right.
I'm just go in.
Right. And he did. I don't think Haitian ever forgave him for that, man.
No, I wouldn't either. I can't respect that.
That's tough. That's tough. But you hear these stories about Pac now starting to come out where it's starting to connect some dots. Like, yo, Pac was kind of out here acting up a little bit, and it got him in a situation and got him in. So I think I was more surprised that Big U was the reason why they all came together.
Yeah.
Because if you listen to Deb and you listen to Deb talk, I think you can't confuse the Deb that you probably saw on Love and Hip Hop at one point and real Deb, because real Deb will probably get you clipped straight up. You know what I mean? Not to put that on, not saying she's getting about the clip and anything like that, but she's the type where you can tell she was hurt by Nicki, Gucci, and French. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, when she told the story how French paid Gucci Man $5,000 to do a song. Gucci went out the back door and was like, I ain't rapping with that pussy nigga. Yo, and I was like, Gucci Man is a dirt bag. Gucci was a dirt bag. So for her to share that story, man, it's just one of those things where it makes you feel like, man, why would they cross her like that? Because like she said, she gave them everything she had. And I think she just wanted them to keep it a G with her, because she kept mentioning Nicki a lot. She was saying how Nicki would just not respect the fact that she put her on. That she was saying these ladies out there in New York, what they're like $150 her. They didn't want to get out. And she so I think to me that stood out a lot, because you could tell it still hurt her. And she went after French, and I think she won the lawsuit.
She got him for $2 million.
Got $2 million off of that. But the other pieces, like the Gucci, and she even meant that she didn't do her due diligence by OJ the Juice Man, because she was so invested in Gucci. Right. I'm hoping after they see this and they get a chance to see, or if it get across their desk, I hope that they can make things right with her, because it sounded like she was really riding for them. They didn't roll for her when she needed them the most.
Yeah, and that's what you know what I mean? And here's the thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can make amends. It's just like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, if you did something wrong, or you wronged somebody or whatever, or you talked out of term about somebody, you know what I'm saying? You can always come back. Like, you know what I mean? If you call yourself a solid individual, right? And this is how you know when people solid and when they ain't. You know what I mean? When you're a solid individual, you can go back and be like, yo, I made a mistake. My bad. You know what I'm saying? If you can't do that, you ain't a solid individual. You know what I'm saying? Sorry. You know what I mean? I can't ride with you on that.
Right. She lives by a different code. I mean, you listen to saying, like, she was dropping some like jewels, like some real G stuff today. She was like, even you can tell even her brother Benny, like, he bows down to her. Like, yo, that's sis. Like, that's queen. Like, she knows what she's talking about. Like, and she was saying how everything that was happening around her, she could have responded a certain way. Yeah. But she chose to go a different route. She chose to be a boss as opposed to being a street soldier. Like, a street soldier will go out there and just make the decision. You know what I mean? You know what I mean by that. But the boss move that she made was she started getting into other things. You know what I mean? It's just a shame that, again, you got someone like Nicki who's not as big as she was when she first came out. That flame kind of cooled down a great deal. And it might be because the way she treated some of those people that, were around her when she was first coming through. Because you think about even Safari, they say that that was his pen game in the beginning for her. Yeah. And then when Deb was talking about, like, old boy from Full Force, Bow-Legged Lou, his son was also part of that clique. Part of, Nicki, Safari, and some other guys. So she had a great team around her that was giving her that push that she needed. And now you cut these dudes off. You were Young Money, Wayne and these guys, and now you start believing that you are the best of the best, and it happens.
I'm gonna say it like this, and nothing's wrong with going with a new situation,
Right,
right? But it's the way you do it. You know
right,
what I'm saying? Like, yo, it's like, you know what I'm saying? That's like, yo, if I mean, for work for a company, right? But this your man's company, right? This your
right,
homie or whatever, right? You know what I
right,
mean? Or just show the proper respect, you know what I mean, that they showed you. They gave you a chance. Like, look, man, I got a better opportunity over here. I'm
right.
gonna go with them, you know what I mean? For real, thank you for everything you did for me, you know what I mean? To step off the right way. You don't just have to, you know what I mean, for real, just be corny all about it. You don't gotta be like, you know what I mean, for real, act like a sucker about it. You know what I'm saying? Just move right, and then everything could be squashed or whatever. It's not like, oh yeah, well, you beholden to this person or nothing like that. But you know what I'm saying? Because you gotta do what's best for your career and your opinion. But it's just the
Absolutely.
way, you know what I mean, you exit out of situations. When you exit, you know what I mean, for real, like a peon, then that's how you gonna get looked at, you know what I mean, for real, especially, you know
Absolutely.
what I mean, for real, from an OG.
Right, and that's the thing. There's a code to all of this. You know what I mean? You
Yeah,
you you put yourself in a situation where if you handle the situation on your exit, you burn some bridges. You don't know how those bridges will honestly impact you later on down the road. You know what I mean?
right.
Just you and I were talking a couple of weeks ago about how you handle certain things. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Especially as men, you handle
Yeah.
certain things a certain way. You know what I mean? You don't have to be petty or childish,
No,
especially when you're at a certain certain level, certain
yeah,
degree of a person.
absolutely.
You handle that as you're supposed to handle it. You know what I mean? And if you handle it the wrong way, I'm speaking in circle. I don't want to
Yeah, you
put
know what I mean, for
anything there,
you just
but
speaking, you know what I mean, for just in general. Like I get it. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
you gotta handle things the right way,
Yeah,
and you can
absolutely.
tell by the way they talk. Like even what Big U was saying, some of the things that he had to, he was getting chains back from people that he didn't even know he was getting chains from. He was,
Yeah,
yo, they come to me and say, yo, can I get my chain back? And he had to go out and get that chain. That's that
yeah,
check-in process. And they were
yeah,
talking about the check-in process is not saying, you need me to come into my city. It's like, yo, show respect.
yeah.
Show
It's more,
respect. If you're
it's
in my
more respect.
city, let me help you stay away from getting clipped or getting in some situation you can't get yourself out of.
Yeah,
Because you
yeah,
don't know the codes out here, and that's where you got to be. Like for me, being in the military for so long, I traveled a lot of places, and if I wasn't in places where the guys I were with did not know the codes, tell me what could have happened. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? I was on the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? And wearing certain hats.
yeah,
Wearing Tims and button ups and my best team shirt or whatever with some baggy jeans. They knew I wasn't from around there. They knew I wasn't from the West Coast, so they probably didn't bother me. But if I would have went over there wearing just a regular hat, KC hat or just some of the hats that Big U was talking about, I would have been in danger zone and I didn't
yeah.
even know it.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, somebody was in the danger zone for wearing a red Iverson jersey because I'm from Philly, you know what I mean, and we
Right.
love Allen Iverson, right? And you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, yo, like, you know what I mean? I was in a place called Culver City, right? And Culver City, you know what I mean, for real was kind of more like a free zone or whatever, right? So it wasn't really banging hard like that over there. You know what I mean? You wasn't like in the hood. But one thing about LA, everything has a connection to everything, right?
Yep.
So, you know what I mean? I'll never forget it. I'm in Tower Records. You know what I mean? Looking through CDs. You know what I mean? For real,
Yep.
these scripts rolled up on me like, yo, do you bang?
Absolutely.
Like right then and there, do you bang? You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, nah, I'm from Philly, man. They just like, yo, man, I ain't, the boy was like, I ain't mean to roll up on you like that, but I'm like, that jersey, you got to take that off, man. You know what I mean? Just to make sure you good. You know what I mean, or whatever. And I mean, they walked me, you know what I mean, out the store to my car. You know what I'm saying? The car I was driving at the time. You know what I mean, to make sure I was good. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then I seen them boys at Roscoe's like the next night. You know what I mean? They paid for my grub and all of that. So I'm just like, I mean, but it's a respect thing. And I came over, you know what I mean, for real, shook their hands like a man and and all of that, you know what I'm saying, and
Right.
everything. And I'm just like, it goes the same way. Like, with my city, you know what I mean, it's rappers who came through there, who through here, who showed the proper respect and they were okay. And some, the ones who didn't, you know what I mean, for then you hear them stories too. You know what I'm saying? where it's like, yo, you know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean? Oh, bull got shot at. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that really did happen. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And checking in ain't trying to, it's not like they said, it's not a sign of disrespect or someone a sign that you weak or anything like that. But it's like, yo, if I'm like, you know what I'm saying? That's like, yo, if I'm going to New York and I'm like, yo, I'm gonna be in Queens, Shawn, yo, oh, let me get you in touch with my peoples up there. You know what I mean? For to make sure you all right. You know what I'm saying? That's like if you coming to Philly, oh man, ain't about nothing. You know what I mean? For yo, where you at? You know what I'm saying? All right, cool. Let me make sure, you know what I mean, you good where you at. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? That's all that is, man. You know what I
Right.
mean? You ain't nothing wrong with that.
And nothing wrong. Right. And I think that's what, Big U was saying for the most part. He was like,
Yeah.
these guys, they come out here and they're in a certain neighborhood
Mm-hmm.
that, they're partying in these clubs, especially rappers, after the after show, they go to whatever local, hood
Right.
club to get, to get loose a little bit. And
Mm-hmm.
again, if you're not from around there, you're in that wrong area, bad things could happen.
Yeah.
I was again, I was in the West Coast. I'm not a dancer, so I don't dance on the dance floor. I was just sitting there listening to the music. And I
Right.
remember my homeboy came and pulled me. He said, "Yo, man, back up a little bit more." I said, "Dude, I'm not even on the floor. I'm like literally on the edge." He said,
Right.
"Nah." He said, "Some gang shit going on right now." I did not realize I was literally in the middle. I was on the edge of the dance floor, just bobbing my head, drinking my drink, and you had, I don't know what sets were on, but you had one set over here and one set over here.
Right.
Me not paying attention, they're throwing their sets up. You know what I mean? In their own way. Because the way they're dancing, they're marking their territory. They're doing that gang stuff. Did not know. I was oblivious to it. I was dead smack in the middle. My homeboy came and grabbed me. He was like, "Yo, pull back. We gotta get up out of here." Because he's from,
Absolutely.
from the West Coast. He's
Absolutely. Yeah.
he was like, "Yo, we gotta go." And I'm like, "I'm military. I'm neutral." Like, they don't
Not,
care.
yeah.
They
Yeah.
don't care.
You can catch it just by me being there. So I feel that.
Right.
Man, let's get to this trick no fly zone.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This was nuts. Like, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But I felt him. He was just like, wait a minute. So let me get this straight. How you gonna, for a charge, the artist to perform in his own city, then make money off his people? You know what I'm saying? Who's coming
Right.
to a venue. So if that man brings shit like 60 people or something like that, you charging them 20 a head, plus you charging the art, like, nah.
Right.
We this is what we not going to do. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
So, for the record companies and people like that and the labels are, oh, well, we not listening to you. We going to do what we want. Oh, yeah. Okay. You know what I mean? Trick was just like, yo, I show, I'm showing up with 100 balls. You know what I
Right.
mean? About 70 of them strapped.
Right. 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 He
You
bring
know,
it in.
like you can try it if you want
Right.
to, you know what I mean? But it ain't gonna play your way.
Ain't gonna play
You
your
know,
way. Yeah.
and that's the thing. When you're in somebody else's city, you know what I mean, show the proper respect, you know what I mean, for real to what they got going on. And some of these record companies thinking it's just about business and we can do what we want. Wrong. You cannot.
You
You know what
cannot.
I'm saying? That's where the no fly zone really came from. Where you
Right.
can't just do what you want in this bull city. You cannot do that. That's not gonna work.
Absolutely. Um, my I know yours are no fly zone. Mine was like really Bemi's story, man. For obvious reasons. You know what I mean? Being, Queens, Preem, all of that, man. I'm
Yeah.
just interested to hear that story even more. Because he made some comments, man, even on Nori's show when he was shouting out 50. Um,
Mhm.
and he didn't go any further with that. He just made that comment. If you think about the show, remember you and I was talking last week on,
Yeah. Yeah.
yo, I wonder if they're going to touch on the 50 Cent situation. And they did. They started to show off on episode 5. They started off with 50. And I felt that I thought it was going to get deep into it, but now I understand why they pulled back a little bit. Because they were talking about the story that we all know about,
Yeah.
when Ja and 50 got into the fight and
Mhm.
everything.
Yeah.
They poked 50 up a little bit. I think a black child was also part of that. So I know we know that story. So so
Yeah.
many times we heard that story. But
Absolutely.
I was surprised that they even started that. I'm curious to know if they're going to go any further with that in season 2 because there will be a season 2 based on what they're saying.
Yeah.
Popularity around this, I can't see them not having a season 2 and really following through with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what was your biggest what was your biggest takeaway from the show? If you had one moment or one character or one person rather, that you can say, you know what, I want to hear more from that person, who would that be?
It'll probably be Big U. This
Mhm.
connection to Harry O, who started Death Row,
Right.
who also is responsible for starting, Rap a Lot Records. I would love to see what Jay Prince has to say about that to get
Definitely.
clarification, you know what I mean, for real, between his
Definitely.
dealings with Harry O, but I would like to hear more about that because Big U actually got his start in the entertainment because Harry O schooled him on the contracts. He's
Right.
how all these contracts work. This guy. He had every Death Row contract. He had Easy E's contract,
Right.
NWA. He had all the contracts, and
Right.
this is how
Right.
all this stuff works. So, and Big U definitely gave him props. He like, oh, that's the OG right there.
Right.
So I
Right.
would like to know more. And Harry O's out. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
He's out. Yeah.
I like, man, you could slam Trump for a whole bunch of things, but guess what? He pardoned Harry O. That's
Yeah.
all right. That's
Yeah.
all right in my book. I mean,
Yeah.
personally, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I would like to hear more about that. And I would like them to catch up with Haitian Jack again. I just want to know, you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
he seems like a real smart guy. You know what I mean? Hopefully he lets the troll thing go because I'm like, they're gonna be around forever and a day. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean? For real, just give them the middle finger, keep it moving. You know what
Absolutely.
I'm saying? But I would like to know, like, man, it's a night. They have like some music stuff, some nice scenes down in DR, Haiti, and in the islands and things like that. I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, since you're there, can you bring some of that together?
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean, he was with the Fugees, and the Fugees was like some of the like one of the biggest groups, you know what I mean, in hip hop ever. I'm
Ab-
like, man, can you work with something down there and bring something together? Because you got some nice island vibes. You had the Bull Vibes Cartel was out there. You guys, I'm just like, man, I would like to see him do something. You know what I mean, for where he's at, and then let's see what happens.
Indeed. I agree, man. Haitian Jack's story will be a great one. I know Nori did say that he would like to bring them all back on one, so they can
Right.
have their own time to talk about their
Yeah,
story. I'm
absolutely.
here for it. I'm here for it.
Yeah,
Definitely that happens. I hope that's something that he pulls off. Because I think that'll be dope. I think
yeah,
that'll be dope, man.
absolutely, absolutely.
So man, hey brother, another good show tonight, man. Another good show. A lot of
Yeah,
stuff. And
yeah.
us tonight. Any parting words?
Man, well, first thing, I mean, we got to send our RIPs to Lewis Nix, you know what I mean, for real, former defensive tackle for Notre Dame, played for the Giants, you know
Yep.
what I'm saying, RIP, and RIP to you know what I mean, for a legendary football player turned broadcaster, Irv Cross, you know what I mean, he's with the Eagles
Us.
for a number of years, you know what I mean, but I'm like, as a kid, you know what I mean, as a little kid, I remember him, you know what I mean, for real, doing some of the Eagles games, you know what I'm saying, when I first kind of got into that, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. And you know what I mean, for both those brothers, man, you know what I'm saying, as far as what I heard, good brothers, good people, man. And they'll be missed, you know what I mean, for real. So, let me see, you know what I mean, from the guys, you know what I mean, from the vibes, you know what I mean, send our condolences to their families and everything like that.
Indeed, indeed. So rest in peace to my cousin. My cousin Terry passed away unfortunately yesterday due to COVID.
Mm,
Very, very difficult time for the family.
definitely.
I mean, he was rooted in the community, very heavy. I saw a lot of people posting on Facebook, some people posting on Twitter,
Mm,
just how he impacted their lives.
right.
Very positive guy, funny guy, very noble guy, someone that can turn a dark situation into light just by his jokes. The
Absolutely.
family is really riddled by that now. My cousins, everyone is really hurt by now.
Hmm.
He passed away yesterday from COVID. I'm still kind of in disbelief. Still kind of, mourning in my own way. I'm a
Yeah.
Mr. Dude. Just always follow him on Facebook, man. He was every morning he would go put on Facebook live, driving to work, and he would always have a prayer. As he's going to the school, was a football coach and a basketball coach for one of the biggest schools in Sumter, South Carolina. So, rest in peace to my cousin. Hope my family is doing well. We're going to get through this.
Yeah.
Much love to my people out there. I wanted to give a shout out to you, Marc. We did a good show tonight, and another good show. I want to shout out to those who are watching tonight. I want to shout out to Alima for the comments. Thank you for hopping on tonight with us. Thank you for Tina. Thank you for Becca and Stacks for rocking with us tonight as well. And anyone else who's watching. Major shout out to my Wiz. Today is our anniversary, March 1st, 13 years ago. We said I do. She's been rocking with me for 13 bullets now. So let's make it 30, 40 plus more, 50 more, 60 more, So shout out to her. I love you. We'll finish this thing off right tonight. We'll watch Snowfall together and drink a glass of wine and some water. So shout out to my Wiz. Shout out to everybody who's supporting us. YouTube, Blackjack TV, channel 199, Mount High Radio, everybody who's supporting us, everyone who's rocking with us, my guys' Facebook page, from anyone who has been our day ones. Thank you all. Cannot name everyone one by one. I will one day. But I thank you all for the love. We thank you all for the support. Tomorrow night, you're going to have the other guys hopping on, being able to just kind of get into their bag. Definitely, Alima, it's definitely black love. Black love. Absolutely. She said, I hope it's black love. Definitely.
Yeah.
The guys want to get into that Snowfall back tomorrow.
Yeah.
Marc put us on Snowfall. Marc been hounding us for months, like, yo, bull, get on Snowfall. So, if you're a Snowfall fan, please hop on tomorrow night. The team is going to get back together and really get into that Snowfall bag. Really good show, really great show. And then we're going to come back on Wednesday night. And we're going to talk about some very heavy stuff. We're going to talk about generational curses. We're going to talk about the Black family. So if you all about that stuff and you want to hear it, if you all want to hop on and being able to really get into that vibe with us, and you want to hop on with us and talk about your story as well, hey, open invitation is out there. So if you love to hear about, things that impact our people, because we don't talk about it enough. Just like therapeutic for all of us, right? Yeah. And I want to share that with all of you. So Wednesday night, we're getting into that really heavy topic that we avoid as Black people, and that's generational curses. Things that we can pass down to our new generation. So please continue to rock with us, continue to support us, share it. If you like it, share it. If you don't like it, send us some comments. Send us a couple of DMs, inbox us and, hey, I don't like what y'all doing. Try this. We love the support. We love you all. Thank you again, Marc. Salute to you, homie. I got a nightcap. Got to celebrate 15 years, man.
No doubt, man. All right, yo.
Peace, homie. Thank you all.